there's no reason to respect you. We're going to go through all of the points as to why you deserve no respect. Okay.
Okay, so the first time I watched it was because my friend was on your stream. The second time was because you were making a response. Oh, excuse me, sir. Can I finish my response? The second time was because you were watching me, so I decided to watch and respond. And the third thing is that when you are so ass mad that after me responding to like 5 minutes of your content, you got to go live with a title like "Expose Destiny, the racist gamer and the lie of homophobia," it's pretty clear that you're clout sharking. But I enjoy it, so here we are.
Because you feel stupid right now because you didn't realize you're talking to a technologist. Long story short, I hosted a conference. I showed people how to create NFTs from scratch.
Oh, more piano. Hell yeah. I love the piano.
Command line? Please, can you tell me how?
Is homophobia a real thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. Let's help you out real quick.
Yeah, help me, please.
So,
my technologist friend.
Oh, hey, Marquette. All right, so I got the command prompt open. What command do I have to put into make an NFT? Because
Exposed Destiny, the racist gamer and the lie of homophobia. Destiny exposed himself as a racist and a hater of African American culture. We'll be dissecting the hateful psychology of this fellow. Important, he is invited to join my stream and debate live. Oh, I'm invited! Live in 5 hours. Oh, well, I'm not doing anything tonight.
Nice.
Reacted to your content before.
Genome writes, debate Destiny. That'd be my pleasure. In fact, if Destiny, Sharp, Abba, or Annalisa would like to show up, I'll absolutely provide them the link to join the call if any of them show up. This session was listed with enough time in advance for any one of them to show up if they so chose, and they're all welcome. I'd be happy to debate Destiny or anyone. Truth be told, there's not a single person you'd see on YouTube that would survive at any level. Not a single person.
Ooh, not even
like,
survive.
Not even close. That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't even be close. It'd be like Michael Jordan playing the worst kid in high school. Anyways,
not good.
Genome writes, debate Destiny. That'd be my pleasure.
Hold on, sorry. We're getting an August clip coming through.
I'm tripping right now because we're 2 hours in, right? And there's still another hour, 40 minutes.
Repeat,
like,
not a good run.
Lord, that is unnecessarily long.
Martyr.
And here's the funny thing. No one's made a penny from the whole thing except the bisexual white dude who's been playing video games the whole time. How ironic. Everyone else been pouring out their passion, their arguments, their solution, their...
You know what? I hate that that talking point where it's like, oh, the only person making money is Destiny. What's stopping all of you from making your own streams, talking about these things on your own platforms? The reality is it's because you want the clout, you want the attention, you know that there's an audience behind Destiny, right? That's the reason you go on there. And if you're doing that knowing that he's gonna make money, you're complicit in that. So I don't think anybody really has any room to complain that he's making money off it. So oh shit, that one member's sick and he just puked in the coffin. So I don't like this idea that the man's making money. Yeah, well, people don't have to go on his platform. Nobody's holding a gun to anybody's head saying get on this platform and make me fucking content.
Thinking, and the gay white dude playing the video games is making the bag. Hey, he might not know how to live his life in terms of morals, but he knows how to get to the bag. Shout out to him, because he didn't use these dogs like the dogs that they are. Good Lord.
And I'm losing my hope and faith in
No, I didn't vouch for him. I'm
getting bad.
just trying to get. There's got to be better black men in the community.
But why are
Wow, we have a guy who's not even a stand-up white guy talking about there has to be better black men. Hold on, my boy. First off, why don't you figure out what you're supposed to be as a man? Figure that out before you start assessing any other man. Because last I heard, men don't take it up the backside, bruh. Women aren't even supposed to be taking it up the backside the way you doing it, bruh. So nah, I'm gonna need you to stop judging. And it's ironic because he doesn't want to be judged. Yeah, he's over here judging. That's curious. That's fascinating.
Oh God, the projection. Oof,
Yeah.
This is gonna be brutal.
And
And
the like obviously clear homophobia. A real man doesn't take it up the backside. A real man doesn't do this. And it's like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure there's like real gay men that engage in, all sorts of different sexual activity. Who are you to say, I could go, hey, real man doesn't get his dick sucked. He pleasures his woman only, looks after her, and And if that involves her wanting penetrative sex, you know, it's all about looking after the woman, right? That's what makes a man, right? Be really awkward then.
If you didn't think the LGBTQ mafia hates black people and black culture, they absolutely do. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Because remember, hip hop culture is very much so an expression of the African American culture. African Americans have had the highest levels of religiosity in America. And along with that has come the rebuke of that lifestyle. And so very much so the LGBTQ has tried to, break the African American male culture, which is largely embedded in hip hop music. And so they've been trying to feminize. I'm tripping right now.
Jesus.
It'll be good because you're in graduate school right now?
Yes.
Okay, so she's in graduate school, so she is, by all accounts, an academic and theoretically should be a rational person, able to analyze information and think in a linear way.
He talks shit about you, Har. Oh, we got another clip coming through.
Looking at appearance as a metric, I'm gonna go ahead and say she's way out of your league, little buddy. Your arm looks like a plastic bag filled with water.
Doesn't it make sense that she's out of my league, though? Isn't that what all these like red pill dudes talk about? Like, all you technically need is money and clout, and that's how you're supposed to be doing it, right? Like, doesn't it make sense from your world?
You look like you've never lifted a weight in your life. Your style is terrible.
What's this guy lifting? Where are his gym vids? I want to see his lifts.
Yeah,
post him.
Your hair is disheveled.
At least I don't go for the bald joke.
Jawline. And your beard is only making that reality worse. You have no sense of charm, no personality. I don't know how you've amassed a following on YouTube, but hey, there's a lot of people who just spend their day at home on Pornhub and playing video games. And I guess these are your people. This is your tribe. And the curious thing, too, is if I understand rightly, he's the famous YouTuber and she's just some broad. So from a strategic standpoint, I wouldn't want to be sitting off to the side. I'd want that center seat because
yeah, the most charisma thing you can do is call women broads. Very, very good of you, sir.
I'm like the main guest, the guest of honor. That's kind of weird to me. You kind of got sidelined for a broad who's like pretty much nobody, but hey, it gets like that.
Ooh,
I feel like a real woman, especially if she's...
Ooh, sounds like it sticks in your craw a little bit there, bud. Sounds like you're a little angry about that. Sounds like you're a little sensitive. Fuck me. Stop with your fucking fireballs, man. Stop with this bullshit. Fuck that fire projecting
Your woman
thing
would have said, hey, boss,
wicked.
Yeah, you sit in the middle. You the guest of honor. You the big homie. But I have a sense she doesn't look at him as the big homie, and we going to get to the bottom of that. Carrying on to the next clip. And shout out again to those who support the work.
Guy's ego is showing
we got a clip
so
from
hard.
someone I find personally to be very entertaining, even though they were exposed for being what is called a homo predator. Hey, I'm just saying what the guys I interviewed said. They called the man a homo predator. We talking about yours truly, Jesse Lee Peterson, the guy who finds everything amazing and loves the blacks. Now he's interviewing this sloppy fellow again. Goodness. And is this guy wearing tie-dye? Liberals love tie-dye. I can't even lie. I even got some tie-dye myself.
So you
what am I doing? Okay, holy shit. This is gonna be a convo. Saint time in the comments for selection. Thanks for that sub. We all know he'll not show up, but we know that a gamer has plenty of free time, and we know his fans have notified him. He's so like hungry for that. He's hungry for that clout.
Hell yeah,
to him, dude. Don't worry, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere today.
Hey there, Destiny. How are you?
Hey, pretty good. Were you talking about my school? Is that what was going on in here?
We're just warming up. We wanted to get some background on you because there was a funny thing going on.
Oh
on
my
the internet.
God, what is going on?
Your fanatics, they deluded themselves into thinking that you're brighter than you are. You see, because you have a history of debating internet personalities who probably similar to yourself lack experience and sophistication. And so now you're about to get exposed. And I said, before we go in, let's take a little bit of background on who the guy is.
Every time I come back, I have to
you're making
fucking deal
excuses
with
for why you didn't complete a basic degree, a very easy degree at a third-tier university.
What? Third tier
He's moving
university.
slow. He's befuddled already. He's befuddled.
Yeah, okay, here. So wait, just real quick, Chief. Okay, what kind of convo do you want to have here?
Throw him a lifeline. Let's do two things. Number one, let's go through and start with a little bit of interview so we can get familiar with you.
Yeah, go for it. Okay.
We'll share a couple questions, get familiar with you.
Wait, but don't. Shouldn't you have waited to do that before you ripped into him? Wouldn't have been the smart thing to do? Devastating melee attack, hold name, explosive projectile. Let's do that. Keep us away.
And then we'll do the thing that you did on your stream, which is you played my content at length. So we'll play a couple clips of yours, and then we'll discuss it and react to it. And then if you want to get into any other political items, we can do that. Yes. But you'll notice that the title of this stream is twofold. Number one, it states that you're racist. And the funny thing is I almost never use this term. I think it's overused and mostly people are lying and they're using that as an excuse to explain why they personally are losers. But in your case, you exposed yourself. So we'll review that piece. And then there's a second thing you did, which is an abuse of language. And I find it to be very disgusting and dangerous. And you use this term homophobia, which actually doesn't really exist in real life. It's something that the left often does. You guys like to create words. And then you like to...
Okay. Even if it was so statistically rare, to make the claim it doesn't actually exist in real life makes you look like a complete idiot. Because obviously, even before the left, like, we'll even say bastardized the word by using it too much, we know for a fact that there were very homophobic attitudes towards gay men all throughout the 70s, 80s, 90s, arguably even some, depending on where you live, today. Obviously all throughout the history, but very clear homophobic issues in those times. So already saying that, oh, it just doesn't exist in real life, you look like a complete idiot. So you're already off to a bad start.
Words and also pseudoscience to achieve your ends. And so we're going to discuss this concept of homophobia. And then, if you want to add on anything on the back end, oh, fantastic. How's that sound?
It sounds good. I'm used to really emotional people lashing out, calling me racist, and I'm used to
really emotional people being homophobic
when they have nothing else to say. So yeah, wherever you want to go, we can go. We can go wherever you want. What? I'm curious on the school thing. Wait, so why do you think I quit school?
You wrote that you quit school, and your website. Let's confirm. Your website is destiny.gg. Is that you?
That's me.
Okay. And your website, it reads, quote, I went to the University of Nebraska at Omaha. And before we carry on, we're both clear that this is a third tier university. This is a very low ranking university, right?
It's a state school in my state. I didn't have money to go to a private school.
Can we just keep it real and say that this is like Shitville University? Can we just like not lie about that, or are we going to pretend?
What does it matter?
Well, no. So I would say to people that I highly recommend going to state schools if they serve the purpose that you have. I think it's really stupid to take on a whole bunch of. Well, excuse me, sir. Let me finish my answer. Right. I recommend people do state schools because why would I go to a university?
Can we agree that it's a low-tier university?
Yeah, it's a low-tier university, but I'm going for a music degree. There's no point unless I'm going to Berkeley or Juilliard. It's not going to matter as long as the studio is good. Really doesn't matter what school you go to, right?
Also, why
you understand that like a music performance degree from another state school doesn't matter. For music performance, the only thing that matters.
No, where you go to school. That's why, like for example, Barack Obama went to Harvard. That helped him a great deal in pursuing the presidency.
Do you think that the school that you graduate from
indicate your pedigree?
Well, I'm just curious. Do you think the school you graduate from with a music performance degree, do you think that's going to mean anything when you go to apply?
Ooh, my guess is the guy is going to say yes. He would have to, right? He would have to say yes, that the quality of education you get from one place to another is going to massively differ. So if you're going to a first tier versus like a third tier in his eyes, even though the things that you're learning might be the same because you're in like a first tier, like a Harvard, because he's already stated that, it's going to be far and above beyond going to a state school, even if you're going to learn the same things and do the same things. My guess is he's going to say he has to say yes at this point.
Don't change the subject.
I'm asking you. I just want to hear. Are we here to have a conversation? Or you're just trying to do a hit piece, dude?
1 second, my dear boy. I just want to see if you're living on the planet Earth.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but you're just trying to do a hit piece. I'm not emotional at all, but I'm not going to sit here and let you like drag me around in the conversation if you don't have a real talk.
It's okay to acknowledge that.
It's going to be a boring talk. Oh,
well, of course
it could actually be entertaining and engaging too. Like we have the ability right now to have an interesting talk. I'm super calm right now, dude. I don't know if you know what it sounds like when somebody's excited, but this ain't it.
Calm down. Just relax real quick. I'm just asking you to find out if you're on planet Earth.
I'm definitely on planet Earth. Yeah, for sure.
Say you asked me, you said, Marquette, you went to, if I were you, said, Marquette, you went to University of Nebraska at Omaha. Is that a low tier university? I would say it absolutely is a low tier university. It's very clear by the rankings on US News and World Report. It's clearly low tier, and I went there to save money, or I went there because of this. But I wouldn't start giving long, verbose explanations, because that's just an indicator of insecurity. And what's more, you shouldn't try to defend it because you didn't even get a degree. You dropped out. You're a college dropout. So just say that I dropped out.
The performative nature.
I couldn't hack it. That's
the performative.
So you don't have to get angry and defensive.
Okay, sure. So the actual answer is that like different universities are good for different purposes. For a music performance degree, as long as the studio is good, you go to the studio. In terms of overall rankings of university, it's probably a really low ranked university. It's the UNO. It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, but I'm not going to pay out the ass to go to a state school or to go to like a private school somewhere else. Yeah. But what's your
education now?
Dog, do you have any idea how insecure you have to be to look up the ranking of the school that I went to?
Yeah. It kind of is like, man, I'm gonna talk to Destiny. I gotta find out what school he is. Oh, he's fucking third tier, bud. You're garbage. And it's like, the fact you even is a little bit of a self-report that you're letting him know that you obviously looked up the school that he went to.
Explanation you could ever give to someone saying, can you agree that it's a
all right, go for it. What's your hit me up with your next question, dude?
To do a test to see if we're on planet Earth together.
Okay, what's your test to see if we're on planet Earth?
Gotcha.
You see, Achilles says finally took him 5 minutes to answer that. Right, I asked you a simple yes or no question, and then you got to give me a long story.
Well, I'm not going to let you jerk me around in the conversation, right? Like, what would be the...
Please. No, not the sexual stuff. Come on, man. Like, it's early.
Yikes, bro.
Already?
Dude, you think about other dudes' dicks more than I do. That's really weird. But if that's how you swing, bro, that's cool. I've seen a lot of homophobic people that secretly want to suck a dick, and if that's what you're after,
I hear you. It's possible if we could try to avoid using that word.
Okay, as long as you stop making the sexual jokes, I'm cool for it too, all right?
I actually didn't. You're the first person to
say did. You said jerking him around.
But that's fine.
That's not at all sexual.
Eroticized you, my dude. That says way more about you than it does about me, but keep going. Okay.
Anyways, on your bio, on your bio on your website, it reads, I went to the University of Nebraska at Omaha and majored in music performance, but eventually dropped out due to conflict with work at the time. I feel like that's one of those things where I'm like, bro, like, first off, if you didn't get a degree, there's no need to even list that. That's like me saying, I went to the mall, walked in the Gucci store, and left. It's like you didn't buy anything while you were there. That doesn't need to be a part of the narrative. It's almost like irrelevant.
Do you think I didn't take any
Wait, I mean, the classes that you take are still super important, even if you don't get a degree. I remember taking some courses from Athabasca U online. It was like 1 or 2 courses. I planned to do more when I first started, but I only took a few. I think it took 1 or 2. And the courses that I ended up taking a little bit, I think I gained a lot from them. I think there was a lot of good experiences that I kind of took away. There was I had greater understandings than I realized on a lot of different subjects. So it was kind of a little bit of a confidence booster for me, for sure.
Classes while I was at... Wait, do you think I didn't take any classes at school?
What's that?
Do you think I didn't take any classes while I was there?
You don't go on LinkedIn and list a school with an incomplete degree.
I'm not on. That's not. Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. Is my website LinkedIn?
Number one.
Wait. No. I'm just a question. Just a question. Is my website LinkedIn?
The reason
is my website LinkedIn? Is my website LinkedIn? Can you answer a single question I'm going to ask you, or do you really just do this steamroll bullshit on every guest you bring on so you can like look good? I know you're hungry for my clout, so I know you want me to stay here. Okay. So let me ask you. I'm just asking you a question. Is my website LinkedIn?
Destiny.
That's a super easy yes or no question. Is my website
destroyed,
LinkedIn? Is my
Every
website?
advantage
Is my website LinkedIn?
I just want to
Oh
establish
my God, did I
who
win?
you really are before we get going. Let's establish who you really are. You don't have to hide from, like, for example, let's look at
You
it
might
on
be
the
the
other
one
side.
that waits.
Well, no.
I'm the one that kicks ass.
How about this?
And you said to me, Marquette, did you go to Berkeley and get a degree? I would say, sir, I did that in 3 years. Yes, I did. If you said, then did you go to Johns Hopkins University and take a master's degree while working full time? I say, yes, that's correct. So it's like the same thing. I wouldn't have like a long story. I just say, yes, that's correct, or no, that's incorrect. So the question is, why when we're verifying yours, like, you getting all defensive?
Yay, join around me.
Okay, is my website LinkedIn?
Why are you getting so defensive?
I'm not defensive.
Man, it's such an easy question. No. He was just reaming him out for being like, it doesn't take fucking 4 hours to answer a simple question like, is your school low tier? Sacrifice reborn vessel, ascend once more and take true form, no longer a servant, no less than a god. Thank you for playing noble disciple. Please spread the good word near and far that others may be blessed by the vine teaching of the mighty lamb. Aww. Now we beat it. Sad face. Toenails. That dude is toast. Cult of the lamb. Okay, now what do? Do we keep culting it up? Hell yeah, let's keep culting it up, brothers and sisters. Oh, this guy's dead. Sad face.
Reading my biography. You're reading my website.
Everyone knows the answer.
Listen, Chief, if you go to my Wikipedia page, it says UNO on it. Ask them why they include it. I don't know. Some people like to know what you
did. Stop with the red hair.
What I did was people ask me, what is my educational background? I did some college, and I wrote where I went to college at. I didn't say I have a degree.
Very good. Very good. Now, truth be told, did you fail to complete your degree because of school or because you're a screw up?
Wow.
Did you fail to complete your degree because of work or because you're a screw up?
I mean, I probably could have tried harder to do both, I guess.
You guess. So I'm asking you straight, like, was it work or are you a screw up?
Well, I don't think it was possible to finish that degree in 4 or 5 years while working overnight and providing for myself. I don't think it was possible for me to do it.
Okay, so your story, I just want to make sure I understand.
Oh, he's immortal. He'll never reach old age. Hell yeah, based.
You as a young
and he never gets to sleep.
Enrolled. Did you have any kids or do you have any children you're providing?
I have one, but not at the time. No.
I said at that time. Are you paying attention, my dear boy?
I'm paying attention, dog. This is super cringe. If you want me to stay, I just need you to turn the cringe down like at least like 5 points. You're 2% so aggressive. I didn't have any children at the time. No.
Okay. So I'm just trying to establish who.
It honestly, God, doesn't matter. I did when I went to college. I worked while I was in school. And I had a new relationship starting partway into my first year. I tell you what, it was uber hard to fucking balance everything. And honest to God, why it took me so long to pay off my student loans is because I took out extra money for living. So I didn't have to work as much, so I could try to balance a little bit more. But my God, it is unbelievably hard. And I know... And I arguably, I wasn't even taking anything that extreme that required a lot of practice or a lot of dedication. Ugh. Oh, my pecs are sore today. So I can understand the frustration when somebody is telling you, "Hey, did you even try hard enough when you were doing this?" That can feel really shitty. But man, oh man, like I don't know, this is just fucking cringe.
You are, right?
You're not. You're trying to railroad a narrative of me to like
no.
poison the well in front of your audience.
Like, I'm not. No. We're going to get into it. We're just establishing who you are because the internet is filled with charlatans. You're one of them.
I am. Yeah.
And yeah, you're absolutely one of them. And I want it to be clear. And that's what we're agreeing on the facts.
There's a reason why I've been here for 12 years and you're going to be gone in 2. But okay, Mr. Charlatan Exposer, go ahead. Tell me.
Yeah. So your story is that you didn't have any kids. You're a young white kid in university and you couldn't complete university because you were working a job. That's your story?
That's my story. Good job. Nice. You can read. I guess you learned that at Johns Hopkins, huh? Getting that master's degree?
Got you. I see. So I just want to, okay, so now we have that. You went to university and basically dropped out and you have this long story about, I had to have a job.
It's not really a long story. It's like 1 sentence long. Maybe that's long for you. I don't know. Maybe you're not a great reader, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you need to go for the PhD instead, but it's not that long. You seem like you read it pretty quickly.
And then in terms, I'm just going through your website real quick because I want to have some background.
Cool. You can go through my Wikipedia as well. I have one of those, if that makes you more impressed, No, I looked for yours and I couldn't find one, so
I can see that you're very proud of Internet Cloud. We're going to clarify all of that.
Well, I'm not just proud of Internet Cloud. I have a big bank account too. What do you want to compare? You can do whatever you want.
We can compare bank accounts. You see, you haven't done your research clearly. You see, you're one of those goofballs that you think the internet is everything. I'll give you a quick example real quick of how I look at you.
Gotcha.
This is how I look at you.
Okay.
So I have a buddy of mine is Michael Bloomberg, right? I have more YouTube.
I'm sure you do, man.
Right?
I just got off the phone with my friend Soros, and he told me all about you, so don't worry. I know what's up here, okay?
Hold on one second. So I have more YouTube subscribers than Michael Bloomberg, right? But Michael Bloomberg is way more important than me in real life. And in real life, it turns out that that's the real measure.
Yeah, but Michael Bloomberg's not begging for my clout on his failed YouTube channel. So I think that's the difference between you and Bloomberg there, but go ahead.
Hold on one second, my dear.
Also, Michael Bloomberg also has a Wikipedia article, so technically I've got more in common with him than you do. But
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry at all, dude. Why do you think I'm angry? Do you think if you just keep saying you're angry, you think you can empath that into my brain?
About people like you, it's the dishonesty that gets
me. I'm so dishonest. That's why my whole life story is on my website, my dude.
Hold on one second.
Tell me how dishonest I am. I got all the seconds in the world, my dude.
You take all the time to go through my clips. Before you played my clip on your channel,
Bruh, you're going through his websites before you talk with him. How can you shit on somebody else for doing that?
Bro, I still haven't heard of you. I still have no idea who the you are. The only reason I've played anything of your channel is because a woman messaged me, I had a conversation with her, and then I watched her on your show.
Do you have to overtalk?
Oh, okay, go for it. If I have a chance to respond, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely you will. Absolutely. It's just that you just lied and you claimed that someone's using you for clout when last I checked, you made a live stream and you brought my clip on there. And then you did a second live stream and you watched my clip at length. So you brought me into the situation. I didn't bring you into the situation, so don't lie about that.
But wait a minute, if he had a clip...
Now the floor is yours to respond directly to you claiming I'm using you for clout when you brought me onto your stream twice via video and at length the second time. Feel free to respond to that.
Gotcha. So I still don't know who you are. By the time this conversation is over, I'm not going to know who you are because you are nobody. The only reason why your clip was on my stream is because a lovely young lady came and talked to me about some racial related issues. And then somebody pointed out that she was also on your show. So I watched that show for her appearance on there. I don't know who you are. I know who she is. I watched a couple segments from that. And that's the extent to how I'm familiar with your content.
Did you actually address the question? I see you're having trouble focusing.
So the thing that you said was, I actually wrote them down because I know people like you have trouble focusing. So you said you brought my clip and then I watched the live stream at length and I didn't bring you into the situation. I responded to all three of those points directly by saying that the only clips that I watched had the lady on my stream
that came on and discussed that she was on his stream, or somebody said that she was on his stream. So Destiny watched for that content. It wasn't necessarily for him because it wasn't what he was watching for. He was watching for her.
That was on your show, and that's the only reason I watched those clips. Is there some part of that you didn't understand?
So the point was this. I'll help you out. The point was this.
I don't need any help. I just need you to enunciate, verbalize your thoughts. Yeah, go for it.
You completed your response.
Okay.
The point was this, that you made an accusation that I was pursuing you for clout. When the opposite is true, you brought me onto your stream 2 times, and the second time you played my clip at length, which is to say, when you bring up me in conversation, then you've now engaged interaction. So you're being dishonest to suggest that for some reason I came out of nowhere to try to utilize you for clout, because truth be told, I clearly don't respect you, and there's no reason to respect you. We're gonna go through all of the points as to why you deserve no respect, okay?
Okay, so the first time I watched it was because my friend was on your stream. The second time was because you were making a response. Oh, excuse me, sir. Can I finish my response? The second time was because you were watching me, so I decided to watch and respond. And the third thing is that when you are so ass mad that after me responding to like 5 minutes of your content, you got to go live with a title like "Expose Destiny, the racist gamer and the lie of homophobia," it's pretty clear that you're clout sharking. But I enjoy it, so here we are.
I see.
Yeah, in the same way that I'm, realistically, I'm clout sharking a little bit too by throwing Destiny in the title, right? The hope is that when people search it, and if I'm the only one doing like live stream content of that, it might pop up, in the hopes of getting a few more of those delicious clicks. So, And when you do put somebody's name in a title, knowing that that's how the algorithm works, you are to some degree clout sharking, because you could leave it out. But at that point, you are kind of looking for clout.
So why?
And I think it's a little telling when you just won't bite the bullet and be like, yeah, you know what, it is seen. You could interpret that as clout sharking for sure. So,
be chasing clout. Tell me more about that one.
You're looking for those YouTube subs.
YouTube subs. How does that make me money?
How does it make you money? I don't know. Everybody, it's not usually about the money. Usually people want influence, and more subs is more viewers is more influence. There's a reason why you're probably not happy with the 10K viewers per video you get. That's my guess.
Darkness. Oh, suffering.
So right now you're making a...
What say you, Lamb? Do you embrace the cruelties of this world? Life is misery. Life is beautiful. To see grace in a land such as this, I cannot be around such delirium. Dead die. Everything is wonderful. Well, that's your loss, bro. You don't have to join my cult.
A lot of assumptions, and they happen to all be wrong and have no foundation and evidence. You're guessing. It's a supposition. So we'll just skip that because it's irrelevant, because it doesn't go anywhere.
Because it's true and everybody can see it, but that's fine. We can skip that.
Marie said, what a scrub, dude didn't even go to Creighton. Artist said, roast this, peace to the saints.
Yeah.
Solon said, peace to the saints, the big homie's gonna give him the business, hope people will learn from this, now he has to give the clown the sledgehammer. Carry on. Yeah.
And another thing I noticed about your personal life, and I think it's important to know who the speaker is, and I'm sharing this with you right now so that you can correct it if it's incorrect, because of course you know yourself. So in your personal life, my understanding is that you got married and then you got divorced, and you had a child with the first woman you got divorced from, and then you got with another woman. Like, would you break that all down for us real quick?
No, I don't really think I need to break down my...
We beat it. We beat the big dude. It was tough. It took us four or five playthroughs. And then I finally crushed him. No! No, that guy's crushing me. So now I'm sad. But now I'm just trying to complete all the extra shit. Get all the little add-ons. I think we have things in this area to collect, I think. Oh, I got a bunch of inventory items. The cult's okay. I have to perform a brainwashing ritual. I haven't done that yet. Bring Pilmo. Oh, I can track that one. And I might as well track this one and this one. Might as well just track them all. So, and then we're just listening to some cringe content with a dude called Destiny, and I don't know the other guy's name, I'll be honest with you. Maybe that's racist of me. But I'm assuming his name is Smarket, because that's why I'm assuming that's why it's in the top left-hand corner of his little camera thing. So one can only presume. I
don't know how it's relevant to this conversation. I'm good on that.
I'll tell you why it is relevant.
Okay, tell me. Go ahead.
Because when you're talking about, well, number one, when you're out in front as a leader, you should have merit, and you should have traits that are admirable.
Denied my curse. Good job, dude.
Especially when you're getting into politics, you're getting on the side of lobbying. Yes, for sure. It's important to know who you are. And that's why every time someone steps out front, they're stepping under a microscope. Now, in your case, you're an individual who's divorced. You're an individual who has a child that's being raised essentially not by you. And you're now in an open, what you call a marriage, but it's certainly not a marriage. That's an abuse of the term. And this is why we should get civil unions to more people, especially those who have alternative practice.
I hate people that aren't married that are like, oh, you're abusing that word. You're destroying the word marriage. Are you married? Are you putting forth good examples of marriage? I probably put forth a better example of marriage than most conservative people. 110%. And I will fight any person that talks about marriage about this, because I almost guarantee if you're not married and you're discussing this shit, you're just 100% wrong.
But you are in a situation where you've had a series of very unfortunate relationships, and this is important to know about you.
Why is it important?
So if I am a leader, I will showcase the traits that I think are admirable. I think I've accomplished quite a bit in my life, given the background that I come from. I do not need to throw up every part of my personal life for random clout sharks like you on a show. If you want to know more about my personal life, you're welcome to visit my YouTube channel, my Wikipedia, or you can come to my stream and ask questions in my chat like every other subscriber does. And in terms of a series of unfortunate relationships, I'm pretty happy with how my life has turned out. I'm pretty happy where I'm at right now, and I'm pretty happy with my current relationships right now. So, but also, again, to be clear, I don't feel the need to allow a stranger like you to go through my life with a fine-tooth comb. That's really weird.
It is actually pretty weird.
There's no need to curse. I don't know if you're getting angry about this, but your child, for example, would be in a better situation if they're being raised by their two biological parents. All the data indicates such, and these are the things that we're pointing out. It's indication.
Ugh. It's not just your two biological parents. My biological dad was a piece of shit too. Biological or not, that wasn't gonna make him a good father. And I'm sorry, there's a lot of adoptive parents that are way fucking better than the biological parents ever could fucking be. So how about you just slow your roll there, fucking chief, and sit down and shut the fuck up, because you clearly don't know what you're talking about. And once again, I would love to see half these fuckers. They're like, oh, this is how we should raise kids. I would love to see them raise kids. Talk to them after 6 or 7 years when they've had to bust ass, be up all, nights when your kid is sick, push off things, forego things because you have to do stuff with your child. Like, I would actually like to see one of these people actually be a parent and actually be married. I don't think half of them would be able to handle it, and would be looking for an out within the first 3 years, guaranteed.
Of mistakes in your life. It's not that people don't make mistakes. It's just that if you're going to step out and be hypercritical of other people, then you probably want to kind of be a little bit more together. And
do you think that you have to have a perfect life to be critical of other people?
I did not say that. I actually just said the opposite. I said that people make mistakes, but I said you should be a little more together if you were paying attention.
Okay, so I'm just curious. Are you ever going to answer a question I ask, or is it always the games with you?
What is your question?
So my question was, do you have to be a perfect person to be critical of other people?
I just stated, and I'll repeat it, and then I'll re-answer it again. So I'll answer it 3 times total. You said, do you have to be a
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, frozen. This is the most intelligent thing he said yet.
Oh, fuck. This is going to be like an Alex Stein tier conversation with this dude. I was hoping he would at least be able to do like a back and forth, but it's just like he's like a younger version of Jesse Lee Peterson, except he probably doesn't have like a stroke or two in his medical history to justify how absolutely brain dead he is. Or incapable of engaging.
Yikes.
Oh, how disappointing. But I guess there's a reason why, right? There's like a prerequisite like threshold for IQ that you can have in order to even be engaged in these communities, right? Like typically at like 105, most of them are going to bleed out by the time they're 22. Like there's no way that you stay in like a mind rock community this long. Although this guy's story is exceptional, because if you watch the past videos, at one point in his life he was like a pretty smart dude. That's like the thing that blows my mind the most, that when you watch where he comes from, because I was expecting to dig into this dude's background, he's like a total moron, but he's not. He's actually like pretty smart. Like I watched him talk to other people where he seems smart. He was in business, he seems smart. I don't know if it's like a grift that he does on on his show just to like earn money from like random suckers on YouTube or what. But
I think most of the red pill stuff is exactly like the self-help stuff, and it's in that same kind of like, you could call it I think you could call it a grift for sure, but I think it's kind of the tell people what they want to hear, and it makes them seem like their life is better because life is so fucked, and there's like, but you have to like, but you can still better yourself. There's still like an opportunity. It's like you're trapped in a room and somebody keeps opening the door to let you know that you could better your life, and they just shut the door again on you every time, and you somehow feel better. Honest to God, that's what a lot of red pilling comes off to me as. So. It's like, my life is shitty. I have no prospects. I can't get women. But you can make yourself a high value man. and then it just reshuts and nothing. The person trapped in the room doesn't actually make.
I hope that at least his audience can recognize it. Like, if somebody wants to have a talk with me, you can go on my YouTube channel. Like, I'll engage back and forth with anybody, and it's not going to be like a 15-minute conversation on like, well, didn't you go to school and drop out? Well, didn't you get divorced? Blah blah blah. Like, oh shit. Oh hey, you're back. What's up, brother? How you doing?
We certainly are not brothers, but. Please forgive me, my internet went out. You had asked me a question before we went
I was just curious. Do you think you need to be perfect to criticize other people?
Well, firstly, I don't think criticizing other people, I think you're probably more rightly thinking individuals. In the case of your racism, you were criticizing a people, and we'll get to that later. But to be critical of individuals, I think that's really useless. But to be critical of people's ideas and their life ways, I think it's certainly appropriate that you be someone who is an example. And this is why we don't like to see hypocrisy in religious leaders, because we expect them at some level to walk a straight path. So the answer is that you are not ever going to be perfect, but you should be a better example. And in your case, having an ex-wife, being a divorcee, having a child that you're not raising in your home.
Wait, there's nothing wrong with being a divorcee. If anything, that could be actually the healthier route if like the relationship that you were in is super toxic. So
home with that biological mother and being in an open relationship, I think it's an abomination, not to mention your sexual practices.
Okay, so can you give me...
I want to ask this guy if he thinks, if you have two biological parents and they're super abusive, is that better or worse than having two adoptee parents that are super loving and look after the children? My guess is that he would say... okay. My guess is somewhat that he would say that people's ideas of abuse is super overblown. And then my guess is he would still say that the biological parents are still the best option. So that'd be my guess.
An example of one piece of advice I've given that you think is inappropriate for me to speak on. Just one piece of thing, something where I've said it and you're like,
I appreciate your question.
He's not gonna have one. He's not gonna have one.
By Jabrizi and all of the folks, your fans included. Feel free to send in any questions because I do want them to be able to ask us questions and engage.
Well, they can always super chat it to me. They don't have to ship you money, but I'm glad that you're really excited to get
started. Jabrizi, he writes, "I got way more views than Destiny, and I can tell."
Dodging it.
You don't need to be a stand-up guy to get viewers, clearly. But play to the popular narrative or make content that confirms people's biases. Oh, indeed. And the funny thing about you is like you're irrelevant in the real world. And for some reason, being a video game player and having internet clout makes you think that you're cool. And the even more curious thing about you that I really find entertaining and quite petty is that...
You're not going to answer my question? He's actually not going to answer my question.
He's not going to answer it.
You're looking at me and seeing that you're inferior. You go to the one thing that you think you have.
I'll ask it again, I guess.
I think he was Googling directed by Jabrizi when that super chat was read. So on that one account, Jabrizi has 2.45 million subscribers, and he has other YouTube accounts as well.
Right.
Who cares?
I did want to...
Nobody cares.
Just so you know, I'm going to ask you the same question again.
Oh my God, cringe. Nobody cares how many subscribers you have.
Well, we're here interviewing
Stop dick
you.
measuring.
You said, what would you like to do? And I said, we're going to start with an interview with you.
Okay, wait, so let me understand. I'll just ask then. So am I not allowed to ask any question or respond? Just tell me and I can leave now.
You're already being dishonest because you already asked me a question and I answered it 3 times.
Okay, so then can I ask, so then when you're making assertions about my character, can I ask you a question?
Relax one second.
Well, I'm not gonna be your dog, my dude.
Give me
you're having trouble on the hot seat right now. You're trying your best to change the narrative.
Oh my God,
you're also lying.
Well, I hope that your fans can see that you are unwilling or unable to engage with a single question that I ask. And I guess the strategy is just the false bravado of an insecure little man that just screams at an opponent and tries to character assassinate.
Scream at me.
I guess get them to leave the interview.
One thing about you that was a lie. We're talking.
Do you think that character assassination is only a lie? Is that the truth? Do you think that's true right there?
Why does the truth bother you?
I never said the truth bothered me.
Bothers me so much.
I never said the truth bothered me at all.
Well, then why are you so amped up? If someone was asking me, Mark Platt.
My only question to you was,
he asked you a question.
Is there a singular piece of advice that I've given that my life experience precludes me from speaking on? I just want to know. I'm just curious.
Why are you so bothered for people to...
The answer is no. He doesn't have anything. Oh, fucking cringe. Man, this guy got on Destiny's case so hard for not being able to answer like one or two in what he saw as easy questions. And now Destiny's like, "Hey, you're saying that my life experience or I don't have space to talk on these issues, on certain issues. which issue do you think I can't speak on? It should be super easy for him, even from his worldview. I think we can think of a few. We can think of a few answers, right? I don't even know much about this guy's worldview. We can go dig into his content after. My guess is that he would say, because he's bringing up the divorcee thing. My guess is that he's saying that like there's like a certain respect to marriage, right? And in that respect of marriage, it's with the understanding that you're going to be with your partners through thick and thin, even when things don't work out, and you're going to try to make it work, right? My guess is that he is going to kind of not downplay, but kind of criticize the divorcee, right? And then he would obviously the not living with the child portion, right? My guess is he would say that you have no room for relationship advice because you struggled to make past relationships work when they were frustrating or difficult. My guess is he's going to say you probably don't have room to give advice on how to raise like kids or things like that because you're not actively living in the home. I feel like from this guy's, like, even the two things he's talked about and not even talking about, fixated on. And we can even go a third thing, right? My guess is that he from his point of view, that Destiny would also not be able to talk about like what you should be doing to better your life, because there were certain things that Destiny didn't do that could have bettered his life. So I don't know why this is a difficult question for him. I don't even agree with the dude, and I'm able to answer some of these easy, like super simple questions. So
to know what you're about.
How can you say that I'm bothered for people to know about when you're reading this information off of my website that I chose to put on there? You see how your world is kind of falling apart? If you want to know anything about me, it's on my Wikipedia, it's on my website, it's on my YouTube videos, my dude. The only reason you know anything about me is because I've chosen to put it out there. So I'll repeat again for the 6th time. I don't know how many times you got to do it for the Johns Hopkins kid, but why is it, what is a piece of advice that I've given that you think I can't give because of my life experience? Can you tell me that?
Yeah, okay, here I got an answer.
Oh my God,
cool, thank you. It only took 6 times. Okay, go for it.
Here we go. You said, what's a piece of advice that you shouldn't be giving, right? Yeah. Based on your experience, and experience is like kind of like what you do, right? Mm-hmm. So
perform a brainwashing. Everybody eat the mushrooms.
I want to make sure.
Oh, you're just gonna play YouTube clip. Damn, you really can't engage at all.
No, it's for you. It's of you. So it's of you. So just check this out.
How disappointing. Yeah.
And this one points out a couple interesting things. I just like to use primary sources here. Mm-hmm.
His values, consistency of values, has outright been called out as a hypocrite by...
Wait, is he using another video of somebody to make his own criticism of Destiny? That's some Sigma activity, I'm not going to lie. Getting somebody to do your dirty work for you from another video without you even answering a question. I'm not going to lie. I've seen some dodges in my day. Okay? Nothing compares to that. It's amazing. It's actually super impressive.
Himself, he just did it on his own. All
on his own.
NFTs. Now, this was what every one of them.
Wait, so this is some advice you're about to give right here.
Every single person on the internet.
Why is it double?
Every single person on the internet, okay, that is pushing NFTs is trying to find a bigger sucker. That's it. That's all it is. Everyone
on the NFT.
Basically, I consider that all of them cryptos too, man. There's people that never stop tweeting about crypto. I know, like
pay Midas 10.
There needs to be a macro accounting.
Put the Midas touch.
Because we all grow up making fun of certain people, and then we all grow and we do that behavior.
Okay, so now let me finish this point off. So number one, you were just on camera stating that people should not get NFTs because it's a big scam.
Ooh, I got a star.
So Destiny just said NFTs are a scam.
It's a nighttime thing.
It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. We're trying to find a bigger sucker. It's a scam. NFTs are a scam. So that's what he said. Now look at the same guy, Destiny. Here we go. Let's hear what he says now when he can make a buck off of it.
Right? When I grew up, people made fun of motherfuckers that sold Avon, Mary Kay, Amway, but like, bro, onto his audience, because why not? I think that the idea behind this is you can basically buy and sell, or you can buy and sell like Twitch clips, and then you get an NFT that you can...
You did it, didn't you? Taste the power of the mushrooms. Yes, you were just like Zozo. Sozo knows you are a friend. Here, you must take this, a sign of friendship between two lovers of the Metaceal mushroom. Keep it safe and can trust me. No one does. Hey, another piece. Nice. Thanks, bro Chacho, as he eats his own fucking mushrooms. give you something else too. Something to symbolize your undying admiration for the medicine mushroom and the limitless potential. Ooh. Got the Midas. Ooh, that was the last one I needed for this spot. Thank you. And slap into the book. No need to thank Zozo. Build it at your cult and come back to me. Zozo should grant one last gift. Okay, you have one more gift for me. Interesting. I wonder what it could be. Okay, well, who the fuck is Pilmbo? I don't even know who the fuck that is. Oh, right, my faith can't be lowered right now. Pilmbo, the Eye of a Witness. Got the Midas touch. Touch too much. Feel like it was these guys.
Autographed by the streamer who the clip is of. Oh my god. Did you know that? And 10% of the revenue goes to the streamer. Okay.
10% of the revenue goes to the streamer.
There is
their
NFT.
Legendary Twitch clips out there. Okay? Legendary Twitch clips out there.
And he just self-proclaimed that he has legendary Twitch clips. So now let me summarize my answer to your question.
Go for
Your
it.
question was, based on your experience, what should you not be able to give advice about? Based on your experience, we just observed you state out of your mouth that NFTs are a scam. Then we looked at a separate video clip where you realized that you could make money off of NFTs.
So he can't give advice off NFTs. I'm
So
so.
what did you do? You started scamming. And who'd you start scamming? Your own fan base. So clip 1, you're saying NFTs are a scam. Clip 2, you're selling NFTs. Based on your experience, being a person who says don't do it, but then you do it because you can make money.
This isn't the own he thinks it is.
Hence, you should not be a leader and not be giving advice because you're clearly a
Wait.
money-hungry.
What? So one bad piece of advice precludes you from every other piece of advice. Damn, that's wild.
Scammer. Is that an answer to your question?
No, it really doesn't have anything to do with my life experience. But so let's talk about NFTs. Well, it doesn't. You said you were gonna use my life experience. Excuse me, I believe I'm allowed to answer. You said you were gonna use my life experience to invalidate advice that I was giving. That's not a life experience thing, but that's fine. Let's tangle with this. Let's deal with this. So let me ask you a question. Do you know what an NFT is? No. Hold on. You just wanted a whole spiel. You're not gonna engage. He's actually not.
Of course not. He's not. No.
He's just gonna play a chimp clip.
See, the thing is with you'd never get that out of these people, right? And these people, yeah, I said it. It's more the Redpiller, the people with like shows that have like these big cult followings. You're never gonna get them to engage in a very meaningful way, because to engage, and personally, in my opinion, to engage in a very meaningful way, you have to leave the door open to being wrong, right? And part of being wrong is being uncomfortable, being vulnerable, and being kind of put on the spot and being willing to be humiliated. Okay? All that shit is kind of wrapped up into being wrong. And when you have somebody who is either afraid of being wrong or who doesn't even want to be perceived as being wrong, they aren't going to engage critically in the conversations that you're having. Right. So that's something to keep in mind, that if you want to have these conversations and you want people to engage critically, you either have to give people a space to be wrong that is more comfortable, not as humiliating, and what was the other thing I said? Not as humiliating, not as uncomfortable. I don't remember the third thing I said. That's how fucking fried my brain is.
And then he's going to say,
you need to do those things.
Yeah, so in order to have a conversation with you, I need to make sure that you're intellectually equipped for it. So the first question is, I need to know, do you know what an NFT is? Do you know what an NFT is?
You peddling NFTs,
non-fuckable token.
I'm not peddling.
What's the difference between you encouraging your fans to send you money through the purchase of NFTs versus just how everybody else goes about NFTs? You're doing the ethical NFT.
If you want to sell an NFT to somebody and you advertise it as such, this is an NFT. If you want, in my case, it was a clippable stream moment with some varying levels of rarity, then you have the right to do that. Go for it. But if you're trying to sell somebody an NFT and say like, bro, buy this NFT in like 2 months, you're gonna get rich. Okay, I'm selling this now for 10K. You can.
So it's just it's just the lack of prosperity gospel attached to it.
You understand this? So I'll go back to the Beanie Baby example. Do you think there's a difference between selling somebody a Beanie Baby, saying, hey, here you go, have fun with it, collect it, or whatever, versus selling somebody a Beanie Baby saying, hey, keep this, in like 5 years it'll be worth 3x its value?
Princess Diana Beanie Baby, dude, it's gonna blow up. In fact, I think it did, but like,
I'm gonna ask you the same question when you finish rambling. So go ahead.
I just think it's interesting. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna repeat the same question. So think about it. I know you're rambling right now to think. So go for it.
When you said before that it was a big scam and then you were just looking for something,
the answer is there is a huge difference between the two. Between offering it to somebody as like, hey, this is a cool item that you can collect if you want to, versus, hey, you buy this item, you're gonna be rich in 10 months, right? There's a huge difference.
To buy NFTs, like. You think that now you're justified in doing that because you're not telling them that they can make money off of it.
First of all, I'm not directly selling them the NFTs. Secondly, I'm not flipping it onto them.
Third party that you're sponsored by.
It's not like I hold the NFTs and I'm trying to unload it onto a bigger sucker. I'm pretty sure the first party origination is the eternal site. The problem is I don't even think you know what NFTs are. So I'm going to ask you the question again. What is the difference between an NFT and a Beanie Baby? Or do you think there's a difference between selling somebody a Beanie Baby saying, hey, here you go, collect it, maybe sell in the future, versus selling somebody a Beanie Baby saying, hey, in like 5 years, this will be 3x its value? Do you think there's a difference between that?
Well, I think one is when you tell someone that there's an ability for them to invest in something and then they do or do not make money on it, that could be a bad thing.
True, sure. I agree. 1,000,000%. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people that sell NFTs do exactly that. They say, bro, buy this shit, it's going to be worth...
Okay, but so do you find the sale of NFTs at all ethical?
Yeah, sure. An NFT is a thing. You can buy and sell it if you want.
Wild.
Well, why do you think buying or selling an NFT? I need to hear you. I need to hear you explain this to me. Why do you think buying or selling an NFT is unethical?
Why do I think buying or selling an NFT is unethical?
Yeah.
Because it's not a real thing. It's like a scam product that.
How is it not a real thing? Can you expand on that? What do you mean it's not a real thing? You know that a CS:GO skin is not a real thing. What do you mean by that?
Right, a CSGO thing, I think you agree is like a gamble loot box, though, that you disagree with and you wouldn't take on sponsorship for, right?
Do you think there's a difference between CSGO? Do you think there's a difference between CSGO skin gambling versus like a CSGO skin?
I mean, it's the result of the other. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, well, hold on. By the way, in my chat, I told you guys if anybody tried to bring this up, then nobody even knows the fucking NFT is. This is why this is not the slam dunk.
You're talking
about all of you, okay? All of you dipshits in my fucking Reddit, okay? I know you're watching, and you're always like, Destiny, people are gonna bring up the NFT thing in the future, and it's gonna be the easiest dunk of the world. No, it's not, you morons. Nobody knows what the NFT is. You really think somebody's gonna be able to dunk on me on some shit where they don't even know what the it is? Like, that is like the easiest landmine, like pitfalls in the entire world. You're gonna try to argue with me about a technology you don't even know what it is? Are you serious? You're gonna try to quote mine me and you don't have any understanding of any of the topics? It's like, that's like the easiest debate shit in the world. Like, holy
Let me answer that. You asked me a question, I'm gonna answer
Okay,
that.
let me hear it.
First off, you clearly have no sense of my background. I could tell when you started mentioning bank account, number one.
Yep.
Then number two, what's my background?
He's not answering. Did you hear an answer to that? Did anybody say anything?
No, don't talk. I'm talking right now. You asked me a question.
Okay. You do the ramble thing before you get to the answer. Okay, go for it.
Hell yeah,
now,
let's ramble.
I also hosted a conference. During my conferences, I teach people about entrepreneurship.
Ooh, big mistake, but okay. Yeah. How to grow 100,000 sub YouTube channels.
Hold on one second.
Yeah. Or how to start failed startups like Fletch. How did that go?
Yeah. Keep interrupting. He's mad.
I'm not mad
you
at all.
asked me a question, but you interrupted me.
Where's these lobsters?
Calm down.
It's all right, man.
Where's these top lobsters?
Just let me answer the question. You don't got to get angry.
Yeah, it takes
you see people
10
like
minutes
you
to answer.
trying to cut me off so the truth doesn't get out. You just asked me, do I know about NFTs? Now close your lips so I can answer your question. Because you feel stupid right now because you didn't realize you're talking to a technologist.
Okay, then let's see if you can answer the question. I'm excited. Go ahead.
What the fuck is a technologist?
Be silent so I can answer your question.
Okay.
And when it's your turn to talk, I will be silent out of respect.
Go for it.
Now, you clearly had no background. I'm helping you out with an answer. You asked, do I know what NFTs are? Not only do I know what NFTs are, is he playing music right now?
Oh, I'm just waiting for you. I was waiting for you to answer. You're gonna say the answer?
Triggered. He's truly triggered.
Okay, no, that's cool. I'll chill. I'll chill away. Go ahead.
You are? He can't even have a proper conversation. He's basically like storming off. This is what
Bro, you're the one that was bringing up somebody's fucking.
Chick just storm off. Wow, he's mad angry. He asked me a question. I didn't want to hear the answer.
Were you gonna tell me what an NFT is?
This guy's angry. Now listen.
Go ahead.
I had a conference here.
Oh, he's not.
During the conference, we showed people exactly how to create NFTs from scratch.
Okay, so what is an NFT then?
Buddy, you don't have to be disrespectful just because you're angry about the fact that you were busted.
What is an NFT then? We're still waiting.
You mind stop playing music?
Were you gonna tell me what an NFT is?
It's like the fucking. It's like the. That's the one that got away. It's like the meme from the Adam Sandler movies with guys like, well, we're waiting. Like, yeah, of course I know what an NFT is. I was at a conference. We were telling people what an NFT is. We were telling them how to make them. You know, we were telling them what to do. And it's like, okay, so what's an NFT? It's a non-fungible token. It's like creating a painting, right? And you're creating the masterpiece of that painting that all other copies are made from. And it allows you to basically claim ownership of the original image in what I from my understanding is on the blockchain, right? It's like an original source code. It's like a master copy for a fucking teacher, right? And then every time you photocopy that from the master copy, or the master the master copy is everything else is like a copy of the master. And when you own the NFT, the non-fungible token, it's basically you claiming ownership of that thing. Whereas everything else that lacks like the I guess like the source code or whatever on the blockchain is a copy of your NFT. So
Would you stop playing music and just listen to the
It took me like 5 seconds.
Now you're angry and now you're trying to distract.
And I'm an
idiot. Very petty. Oh, he's mad. He's mad. Does any of his followers want to get on and tell me how this is the rational great debater?
Do you have somebody Googling the answer? Is that what you're waiting for? So this is
okay.
So for the people that don't know, right now what's happening is a stall tactic. He probably has a friend who's trying to Google what is an NFT so that he can give some kind of answer that sounds somewhat clear. But he doesn't know. He has no idea what an NFT is.
You're pathetic. This is what you are. You're pathetic. Long story short, I hosted a conference. I showed people how to create NFTs from scratch, from the command line.
Well, then you should be able to tell us what an NFT is.
Can you tell me how? I want to know how to create an NFT from the command line. Which command line?
Create NFTs from scratch. We also explain the business model behind NFTs, and then we also explain the scams going on with NFTs, which are what is perpetrated by you, the kind of people who say don't do it and then turn around and start selling them. You're the
Wait, that's the scam? That's the scam with NFTs? Are you fucking serious? Not even remotely, not even close, man. The scam with NFTs is people selling it to you, telling you you're going to make a whole bunch of fucking money, and then they leave you holding the bag. That's the fucking scam, right? And that's the thing that Destiny was pushing back on. Not the fact that you can sell and own these things, right? It's the fact that people are trying to use them as like get-rich-quick schemes. That's the issue. So...
Kardashian of that situation. You don't have the foggiest idea of what an NFT is or the underlying technology, yet you try to make a buck off of your following. And you are pathetic.
That was a whole bunch of words. Okay, I'm curious. Does your audience realize that you don't know what an NFT is?
Do you realize that
I realize
you literally said NFTs are a scam and then turned around and started selling NFTs? Can you explain how that makes sense?
I can't talk to you unless I know that you know what you're talking about. I don't know if you know what an NFT is.
Please stop it. You sound foolish. I'm
the one that sounds foolish?
You're talking to a technologist saying that I don't know what NFTs are.
I'm talking to a scammer that pretends that he's an entrepreneur educator when the only money that you've made in your life is scamming other people that want to be startup business people.
Why we saw a clip of you saying NFTs are a scam, and then we saw a clip of you selling NFTs.
So I'm just letting you know, this conversation right now, it's not moving forward until either one, you hang up, or two, you tell me what an NFT is. I want you to tell me what an NFT is. I want you to tell me what an NFT is.
In your own words. Shouldn't be that hard.
Go ahead.
Wow.
I'm waiting for you, Chief.
Wow. Let's play back that clip of him saying NFTs are a scam, and then he starts selling NFTs.
Oh yeah?
Let's play it back.
We're just gonna play clips of me all night. This is like a greatest hits of the Destiny stream shit.
Okay.
This was what he first initially said, and his take on NFTs about 5 days ago.
Every single person on the internet.
God, why is it double?
Every single person on the internet, okay? That is pushing NFTs.
Oh, another one's dead. Another one bites the
Every
dust.
single person
And another
on
one
the
gone. And
internet
another one gone.
pushing
Another
NFTs
member
is
bites the
trying to
dust.
find the bigger sucker.
Hey, I
Every
better
single
save him
person.
too. Another
Then
one
let's see
bites
who's
the dust.
pushing NFTs with a big smile on their face too, talking about that they can make money. Pay attention.
Basically buy and sell. You can buy and sell like Twitch clips. You can
Give me money.
that you can get autographed by the streamer who the clip is of. Oh my god. Did you know that? And 10% of the revenue goes to the streamer. Okay. Now.
Oh, he's selling NFTs. Now let's go to the racism clip real quick. Let's go to.
Wait a second. You're really not gonna tell me what? You're not gonna tell me. You're not gonna tell me what an NFT is.
This is the most important.
You're gonna go through all of that. You're gonna tell me you're making NFTs on the command line. You're not gonna answer a single question. You're really not.
Oh.
All right, here's the racism clip right here.
Here's the racism.
You guys understand this. And it's funny when you see a racist.
Wait, did he mute me?
Pretend as though
oh
they're
shit!
not
I think he muted me. Okay, I'm gonna mute him until he unmutes me. When he unmutes me, he can like wave his hands or whatever, I guess. Because I'm not gonna play his shit for free on my stream, right? I charge people a lot of money to be on my stream if they want to, if they want free advertising. Just leave. His goal isn't to have a convo. Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that. Yeah. Well, I didn't know it was gonna be this bad, but holy shit. Go back to the
Look at this. Chase. I got the one who waits, and he's worshiping me. I'm gonna give him a gift.
Well, they already got the dude.
Big gift. Ooh. Oh, nice cross.
It's always this bad with losers like this.
Yeah, true.
Not all of them. True. Like even most like the Red Pill people aren't this bad. To be fair, Destiny admitted it was that he made. Well, no. Well, in order to have the conversation with the guy, like he has to know what an NFT is. If he doesn't even know what an NFT is, there's no way that. Like I can't even begin to have the conversation, and
he's
don't.
He's gonna be my most adamant
an
follower, the one who waits.
This dude's master's degree is in teaching, by the way, not education. When he says he's a master's, it means he was a classroom assistant for a year. He wasn't writing a thesis or anything of that manner. Oh shit.
Things you should observe here. Number one.
Oh wait, does he start muted?
I said a number of things that he didn't respond to at all. Number one.
Test.
I said a number of things that he didn't respond. Okay. I said he's playing video games and.
Based.
Don't disrespect him. He's a technologist. He's memeing you. He still can't answer a question. Yeah, he's never going to. Why does merely possessing the faculty for conscience give more worth? Why not wait until the actualization of those faculties? 20. What, like for people like this?
Oh, I gotta make.
Get a whiteboard so you can hold up meme signs. The shadow is spamming. What is an NFT? I want to know what an NFT. I want to know. Can you guys ask him? I want to know. What is an NFT?
He might not know how to live his life in terms of morals, but he knows how to get to the bag. Shout out to him.
Who is this degenerate loser?
So first off, let's see. The first thing he says is, "Who's this degenerate?"
Are you on a stream? Well, he's got me like in a stream yard, but he has me muted. So we're just. What would your defensive end to the argument that he was making? I've never said that there's no use case for NFTs. When I was saying that all NFTs are a scam, the conversation we were talking about were people that were buying and selling NFTs to get rich, especially in the context of Andy Milonakis and all of the people that are like making these NFTs, trying to trade them on Twitter and shit. There are like, because the thing is, if you've listened to my stream, me and Dan have talked about legitimate uses for NFTs. They do exist. They're out there. But like people like Clipchimp, like one thing. Like I've never in my life told somebody you're gonna get rich buying and selling NFTs, which was my original criticism of it. But it's extra annoying when there are people like this that want to like go hard on the NFT thing. And they don't even know what an NFT is.
Years, you would be the actual definition of degenerate. So that's just a bit of ironic comedy from this guy. But let's get back to what else he says, because he was clearly very angry. It was an emotional outburst because he's name calling. I actually gave him a compliment. I said, hey, you're a real good hustler. You know how to earn money on the backs of other people. That's a compliment. Then he got angry, called me a degenerate, and even called me a loser. And then he goes straight into racism. And
I feel like I usually don't like to hit people here too, but I think the guy's probably poor as well. The only people that I've ever seen that like do this shit like an entrepreneur, teacher, blah, 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 are usually people that are trying to make a quick buck scamming people. And it's not usually people that are pretty wealthy, but that's just my guess. I could be wrong, but.
I see his reasoning is because usually the people that are doing this are like They're giving you probably like really, really basic, vague advice that would apply to anybody starting up a business, right? Like, oh, you got to market, you got to get yourself out there, you got to network, you got to come up with a name, you got to get capital. Like, I can help you kind of figure out all those things. All you got to do is pay for my course for $20, right? Like Hustler University. I'd probably generally agree with that. If you have somebody like promoting classes like that on YouTube and Twitch and stuff, it's probably because they're burning through the money at an excessive rate, trying to live like this lifestyle, right? Trying to project this lifestyle out into the world. Honest to God, I've often said if I even made like an extra $500-600 a month off this shit, I'd be fucking swimming. I'd be swimming in so much extra dough. That'd be primo to make that much extra money off of something like this. I couldn't imagine some of these guys running these like universities and shit, making tens of thousands of fucking dollars off like the backs of other people, trying to like basically other people's hopes and dreams. Is a way to fuel like my super expensive lifestyle. That to me is that's unfathomable. So
start spamming, typing his YouTube chat too, just so his own audience knows you are still there. Oh. Well, I don't spam audiences because that would be unethical.
Let me know. One guy.
In your own words, can you explain what an NFT is? I never cared to learn. It's kind of complicated, but I think essentially what an NFT is there's every kind of data that you see on your screen is ultimately reducible to zeros and ones, or there's some sort of way that you can take all of the data and compress it using an algorithm to like move digits and pixels in different areas. And it's called a hash, essentially. That's like the quick and dirty version of it. And an NFT is essentially like a demarcation, I think, on some kind of blockchain. I think it was usually on what was the one? Ethereum, I think, is where a lot of NFTs were. So an NFT is like a part of a blockchain where there is a hash there, and the owner of that hash is a person that has to be like a unique thing because everybody in that blockchain agrees essentially on what it is. That's essentially what an NFT is. It's basically like a digital unique item, and the uniqueness is verified by whatever blockchain it's based off of. It doesn't have to be Ethereum. I think you can have NFTs from other blockchains, but they're generally from Ethereum. I'll take it as I was no idea. As soon as this guy said you can build an NFT from the command line, I don't think this guy has any idea what. I don't think he knows what. Oh shit! Wait, am I muted? Hello?
Is homophobia a real thing?
Oh, I don't know. What an odd thing to bring up the conversation back.
Is homophobia a real thing?
Okay, listen. I'm gonna go make a tea real quick. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna throw on some music, and I'll be right back. I want a fucking tea. I want a goddamn tea.
Yeah?
It is.
Is it?
Okay, real quick. Let's help you out real quick.
Yeah,
okay.
Help me, please.
So
my technologist friend.
Yeah, right. So words have ideology, right? And this is clearly one such word, homophobia. Let's begin with the term homophobia. Phobia, the suffix phobia, is a type of anxiety or disorder, usually defined as a persistent fear of an object or situation. Do you think that most people are scared or in fear of homosexuals? Do you believe that?
I think most people are afraid of being perceived as homosexual still, to some, especially the quote unquote manly men. So yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Smack. There we go.
When we talk about fear of homosexuals, can I ask you like a quick thing about that for the fear of homosexuals?
So you're answering a question with a question.
Well, yeah, but it's related to it. But it's related to that. Let me answer. I'm just curious. Can you tell me what an NFT is? Like, can you explain it, please?
This is very good. This is very good. I like this.
I just need to hear you. I just need to hear it.
I want everyone to observe that.
They're observing right now. You're a technologist. Tell me, please.
He's trying his best.
He put me in the back. He put me backstage again.
If this was a conversation about
oh shit, what's going on here? You know, well, I'm talking to technologist, entrepreneur, a star, the saint and the sinner, Johns Hopkins graduation master student. Okay, talking to me, the lowly college dropout loser. What is he talking about when he references the command line? I don't know. PowerShell? It's just a spooky tech word that he thinks he can use to scare me off because he thinks that I know as little about technology as he does. I have no idea. This is a guy that, unironically, if you were to stick him in a Vim terminal, he'd never find his way out. He actually cannot close Vim. He couldn't do it. He'd be lost in there forever, guys.
Why are you trying to distract? You asked me at the beginning, what's it about? I said, we're going to go through your background. Then we're going to go through your racism. And then we're going to go through the lie of homophobia. Why can't you talk about that? Why are you trying to distract?
I wanted to talk about the NFT thing.
You're scared.
You're scared? I'm not scared. That's why I'm ready to go head on with any.
And I just want to say the funny thing about a guy like you is that they all were saying that you were going to be great at debating. They said that you're going to be great at debating, but really all you do is red herrings. You know what that is, right?
Red herring? I don't know what that means. Is that like a Native American insult or what?
When you run away from the actual topic at hand.
Well, we were talking about NFTs, and now you're running away to the next. You want to talk about dicks and shit again? You seem gayer than I am. Oh shit! He fucking muted me.
Oh, poor thing. Poor fella. Let's go back
to him. He's starved.
He's playing more of my clips.
So this is what the guy.
I'm getting free advertising on this dude's stream. All right. We'll go ahead and we'll chill. Give me we need a key. I always play I feel like I'm always in like E flat, A flat.
C flat?
We can do E minor. Do you think he's pretending to his audience you're leaving on your own each time? Well, no, I think they can see when he puts me in the back room. I understand oh shit.
Ready to actually discuss like the topic at hand, or are you like still trying to go back so that you could try to like win like a small battle that's irrelevant?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm here to engage.
Fantastic. Okay,
go ahead.
Like one time you're playing the piano and it's like sad, all the tactics are quite childish. Can you tell us why there's a disproportionate amount of pedophilia is homosexual in nature?
I think that the issue is that the reason why a lot of homosexual people tend towards these behaviors has a lot to do with NFTs, and I have to know if you can describe an NFT to me in order for us to advance. Because if you don't know how to describe an NFT, you're a technologist, right? So you should be.
So sad.
If you put me in the back room.
This is so sad. These people come on though. Drop the link in if one of those people want to come on.
With camera on.
Yeah, with camera on. Absolutely.
We'll get to the super chats.
Yeah.
You can't possibly think this makes him look good, right? Well, so his interview strategy is like, basically the question is like you railroad a certain number of questions and then that always leads to like your answer. But that's all, it's just a giant railroad. Unironically, he's Jesse Lee Peterson. That's what he's doing. It's the same thing. But like, we're trying to figure out like what's the most fun way to like play back, since obviously we're not here to have any real conversation. Which is unfortunate because there is an interesting conversation that could be had here.
Martyred.
His whole thing is, you know,
give me one of your souls.
I know what it's like to be a black man because, you know, after I finish having sex with a man, like, and I pull my penis out, it's brown just like yours. You know, I know what it's like to be a person of color. So, you know, Mr. Stinky Cock is over here acting like he is not a racist when in actual fact he clearly is, and he hates African American culture. And what's more, the left is so dishonest. We see them create terms like homophobia to confuse you and I. And they do many more things. Like, for example, they're overly represented. They're only about 3% of the human population that self-identify around the world as homosexual or LGBTQ. Yet, we have the gay mafia pushing their agenda to everyone. And what he was failing to address, he tries to get comical when you ask him a real question. I said, well, why is it that mostly when child molestation occurs, it's a gay guy doing it? And most of the heroes in the LGBTQ movement, for example, Harvey Milk, who's like the Martin Luther King of the LGBTQ, he's on record having had a pederasty relationship with a 16-year-old boy. So we see that these types are very much so always into this situation. And
I don't even think that's 1 second. That's this source won't be at all biased. BaptistPress.com. This is a good one. I'm gonna star this and go through it later. It's pretty long. Where's... Oh, I don't have, because my stream one is on. We'll do sex men pressure. Empirical research does not show that gay or bisexual men have any more likely heterosexual men to molest children. This is not to argue that homosexual and bisexual men never molest children, but there's no scientific basis for asserting that they are more likely heterosexual men to do so. And explained above, many child molesters can be characterized as having adult sexual orientation at all. They're fixated on children. So this is from the Boston Area Rape Crisis Center. 82% of suspected perpetrators of child sexual abuse in the study sample were at the time of the offense or had been at some time involved in heterosexual relationships with a close relative or the child they victimized. In the case study, researchers found that the child's risk of being molested by hers or her relative's heterosexual partner was 100 times greater than being molested by someone who identifies as homosexual, lesbian, or bisexual. According to the study conducted in Massachusetts, young lesbians and bisexual girls experience more sexual harassment than heterosexual girls. 70% of lesbians and bisexual girls reported that they were called sexually offensive names by their peers, compared with 63% of heterosexual girls. Lesbians and bisexual girls were significantly more likely than heterosexual girls to be touched, brushed up against, or cornered in a sexual way. 63% compared with 52% heterosexual girls. A recent study, 103 transgender women in Massachusetts found that approximately 60% of the respondents have been forced to have sex against their will. 38% have been subject to multiple incidents. Damn. According to the First Nation survey, transgender violence, 13.7% of 402 persons reported being victim of rape or attempted rape. Yeah, I just don't think that's the case at all either. I have never really done any reading on it, but
you can see government studies where it states that 73% of adult male homosexuals say that they've had intercourse with a minor as an adult, which is to say a boy. And so when you ask someone, I saw someone in the chat, they said, well, what's the danger of homosexuality? Well, the danger is that many of them are pedophiles, especially on the male side. And secondly, it's not even healthy. For example, studies also point out that males have incontinence in older age, which is to say they're crapping themselves because it's not healthy. I shouldn't be going in. I'm sorry.
Damn, this is a wild article. Kind of want to read this one. Sexual assault against boys in a crisis. Remember, if you're enjoying the video at this point in time, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see the article that we read on stream, click the link below to that video. Thank you for watching. We now return to your regular scheduled programming.
Idris said the saint is the real deal. Charlie said, okay, we're going to read this. You're sounding really insecure avoiding this debate. You're making us on the right look really bad.
Are you telling me or him?
Oh no, the psyops.
Yeah, I'm not on the right.
Pete Crawley said, peace to the saints. Destiny will realize what real clout is at the end of this, hopefully.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, he wants to distract, and I won't let him distract. Like, he asks, like, silly questions. Like, what's an NFT? Like, that's just silly. Like, it's completely irrelevant to the conversation. And this is a debate tactic, right? Like, if you put someone's feet to the fire, they're going to try to go away from that and go to something irrelevant. And I'm not going to let it happen. Absolutely not.
Okay, on Cash App, we have Adam said, peace to the saints. Gage said, peace to the saints.
Which is funny, because this guy refused to answer what an NFT was, so he instead decided to say that homophobia isn't a real thing. So anybody just tuning in now, that's where we're at in this conversation.
Peace to the saints.
Jamal said, for doing the Lord's work.
In
Justin said, Warrior King activated, peace to the saints. Lalar said, tuition, you're changing people's lives for the better.
Wait, what do I have
Jay
right
Gustavo
now?
said, unleash all. Heck.
Right, and the weird thing too is you have to ask yourself, what kind of guy who gets into a debate starts playing instruments while the debate is going just to distract and create chaos? It's a clear indication that they're trying to use strategies to gaslight or to inflame rather than engaging intellectually. When someone lacks the ability to engage intellectually, they have strategies. Like, this is not an NFT debate, so it's like, well, why keep asking? That's just silliness. It's theater. It's clear theater. It has nothing to do with the current topic.
True.
Okay, we have just in time said
Is he not gonna unmute me?
unblocked. He said his name. He can't super chat. We'll look into that. Xavier said killing him. Peace to the saints. Colton said he's racist. Skittle guzzling nerds are getting out of hand.
Indeed.
Michael said, could I post some of your clips?
Yeah, absolutely.
And to the followers, please send some on Cash App and PayPal so I can actually see them. We have Anthony said,
if you're gonna send us money, send it
I recently bagged
correctly.
this white girl.
God,
I piped first night and again after
plebs.
that. She comes from a wealthy family. I built up some rapport. I'm not sure how to go about getting funds from her. Any tips?
Number
Just
one,
slap
you
the
wanna make
booty,
sure
that's
that,
how.
obviously there's a saintly thing to do and there's the sinner thing. You asked
It's
me
true. If that one article
how to
told
do
us
the wrong
anything.
thing, I'm gonna tell you the right way to do the wrong thing. So number one is you want to build rapport, obviously. Once you know that she's into you, then you set your standard and let her know nothing else will do. So the fact is, she's gonna give it to you if you demonstrate that there's need and you demonstrate that that's the standard expectation for her and she has it to give. Good luck with that.
Okay, Jordan said, peace to the saints. Thank you for showing how to be a real leader.
Hang on, what was the question?
Once you know that I'm gonna tell you the right way.
Family. I bagged this see them. We follow it. Skittle guzzling nerds are getting out of hand.
Indeed.
Michael said, could I post some of your clips?
Yeah, absolutely.
And to the followers, please send some on Cash App and PayPal so I can actually see them. We have Anthony said, peace to the saints. I recently bagged this white girl. I piped first night and again after that. She comes from a wealthy family. I built up some rapport. I'm not sure how to go about getting funds from her. Any tips?
Okay, so he met up with this girl, white girl. Did he say piped her down the first night? And then now has a report, and now he's asking how to continue on with that?
Number one, you want to make sure that, obviously there's a saintly thing to do and there's the sinner thing. You asked me how to do the wrong thing. I'm going to tell you the right way to do the wrong thing. So number one is you want to build rapport, obviously.
Which he already said he had.
Once you know that she's into you, then you set your standard and let her know nothing else will do. So the fact is, she's going to give it to you if you demonstrate that there's need and you demonstrate that that's the standard expectation for her and she has it to give. Good.
What? This guy asked how to continue. Was it continued piping down or was it just continue being with her? I don't know. Just be a normal fucking person. Engage with her. Ask about her hobbies. Engage with your hobbies. Share your hobbies. Go out and do things with each other. Spend time together. I don't know. Just be a fucking person. Be like, if you set your standard, she'll know that it's her standard. And then she'll fucking give it to you. Yeah, fuck yeah. And you're like, you go in there, you're like, all right, bitch, this is my fucking bar. Right here. Okay? And right now, you're fucking down here. Okay? You want to continue giving me some? You gotta fucking raise it up to here.
Good luck with that.
Okay, Jordan said, peace to the saints. Thank you for showing how to be a real leader.
Yeah, this guy's funny. I mean, just imagine a grown man starts playing instruments while you're having a conversation.
This dude is so fucking triggered right now.
A leader, sir.
Absolutely.
Put him to rest.
Absolutely.
Joshua from the conference.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says, "What is an NFT?" As soon as when the police pull me over,
and then people ask you, and you still won't know.
That's what the whole chat says. They think it's funny.
It is funny.
What's a TIFF? What's a TIFF?
Tuition.
Shout out.
You don't even know.
Giovanni said, peace to the saints tuition.
Oh yeah, and by the way, Josh was actually at the conference where we created NFTs.
Jordan said
they created NFTs at the conference. Oh, dude, somebody's got to link me a fucking video of this dude's conference, please.
Milken said, find it turbo weird him playing piano and not debating.
Yeah, I mean, he can't win. That's the problem, is that he's not able to win, so he's talking about irrelevant things. Now, here's the thing. I clearly showed 2 videos where he's a fraud. He says, don't buy it, it's a fraud. Then he starts selling it. So he is a fraud. Then what does he do? He starts distracting rather than explaining. How do you flip-flop from saying this is bad and then trying to make money off of it? And then he just starts.
Stop leaving me.
James. James.
Fight me, you coward.
Are you really going to engage in an international bad nonsense? James. Are you one of Destiny's acolytes? Are you really going to engage in an international? Do you have a?
Hang on, I want to pay attention to this one.
I'll bring you back on when you.
Damn. Guy's got a camera and everything.
Okay, this guy's name is Destiny Fan 1, so that's good. So we know where he stands. Hey there, you have something you'd like to bring up?
1 second, hold on. I need to connect my AirPods so we don't have the same issue.
Telling me to
Guaranteed this guy asks, what's an NFT?
Hey there, you have something you want to bring up on Destiny's behalf since he's not able to represent himself?
Oh, yeah. Well, we were talking about like homophobia and things like that, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the language of homophobia, yes. It's a misnomer.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's not the actual, because so like I'm claustrophobic, right?
I'm an idiot. Okay, I got a fucking smooth brain. Misnomer. Wrong or inaccurate name or design. Okay.
Misnomer.
Okay, so he's saying using the word homophobia is an inaccurate way to describe people not liking gay people. Okay, that's what I assume he's saying when he calls it a misnomer.
So
you weren't diagnosed, or you feel like you are claustrophobic?
I didn't really feel a need to get a definition because of how severe it is.
Okay,
but
all right,
but I'm not like afraid of it. It just makes me uncomfortable, and I tend to not put myself in the situations, or I try to dodge it.
Oh, dude, if this is an extended troll.
You realize that a phobia is like a mental illness or a disorder.
Oh, dude, if this is, oh my God, no way. Is he going to do it? No shot. He's not going to do it.
There's no medicine for like, to help with that.
He's not going to do it.
There's no medicine for arachnophobia either, right? The fear of spiders.
No
but the
shot.
point is that it's something that is diagnosable and it's a real disorder. And there's actually a book with all of the known mental ailments, and experts have put this book together, and they'll remove things out of the book when they've done a scientific paper that's peer reviewed and researches. Things go into the book and things come out of the book based on the experts agreeing that it's a real thing. So the term phobia is a medical diagnosis. It's not a colloquialism. So what I'm saying is that this has been politicized.
You can do this.
It's a misnomer that's used strategically for the advancement of the leftist agenda. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, that's a fair assessment. But
it's like an abuse of language. I'm saying that the left often abuses language to take their advantage.
Where's the link? Oh, here.
For example, they have
I feel like it's going to crash if I let all of you guys in, but
gender from relationships, which is fine if you're an LGBTQ person, but if you're a heterosexual person and 97% of human beings are practicing heterosexuality, then that's not something that we need to have force on us.
Yeah.
I would say that the biggest form of like homophobia, if there ever was one, is straight people worrying that what they're going to do is going to be seen as like gay. That is probably the biggest, is probably the clearest sign of like, if you were ever to point to something and be like, yes, this is homophobic. This is homophobia kind of in action. It's kind of that idea that you might be seen as gay for engaging in a certain activity.
So I mean, but there's fears there's like a phobia for basically everything. So there's like a phobia.
No, there's not a phobia for everything.
There's like a phobia for like explanations. There's like phobia for like explanations. So people will try to dodge explanations, kind of like you try to dodge the NFT thing. Really?
No, was that the actual point, or was the point of like were you scamming?
That's pretty good.
Of, like were you?
So
scamming?
the point was
no, really, the point.
He did it. Hey man,
he really wanted to catch you in a lie. So you tried skipping it and trying to move on to the next point.
That's the problem, is that I asked him if he was scamming.
Because you still haven't answered yet. One
second, man. I asked him if he was scamming, and to avoid saying, yes, Marquette, I said, don't do it. It's bad. And then I turned around and tried to sell them.
Oh, you know
Instead
this
of
guy
having
is?
to admit that, he starts going down the path of what is an NFT, which is going to get me to talk. No, we're not going to do that, gang. We're going to have you answer the question.
Oh,
Let's bring some
kicked off.
diversity in here.
There we go.
Patrick, how are you?
Patrick.
Hey, how are you?
What up, Patrick?
I watched this clip earlier.
Just sort of piggybacking off of the sort of homophobia discussion that you're having, would you say that it's sort of like an ideology instead of like an actual real thing?
The word itself constitutes an ideology, or those who use it?
Yeah, those who use it. They're sort of like trying to indoctrinate people into an ideology.
So I think it's the most people who are using the word are just the followers. There were people who are a lot more intelligent than the followers who created a discourse
Yeah.
which is they've constructed language to push forward a given agenda. So they strategically define the word, and now everyday folks are using it. For example, I know Christians and Muslims who instead of saying husband and wife, they say partner. The word partner has been a creation of that, LGBT group, which is very clever, and that's some of the best.
Oh no, load it up, guys.
In the world.
Man, imagine being upset people are calling their significant other partners versus husband and wife. I do both. It's not that hard. It doesn't take like this high IQ to engage with both of those fucking terms.
Load up, dude. I want to make NFTs out of this fucking YouTube channel. I don't want to sell it for $5,000.
Yeah, they created it, and everyone else is just following it.
Yeah,
it's been pushed out.
It's something that I've sort of noticed. It almost feels like a sort of like pyramid scheme where like, for example, I got into Destiny because I had a really big fan of his as a friend, and so he sort of introduced me to his ideology and all of that, and part of that was the homophobia and trying to indoctrinate me into it. And one way that he did it was like really subtle, but I didn't really think about it. Is do you know what boba tea is by chance?
Yeah, I think it's a tea that has a large straw and like balls at the bottom.
Yeah, balls at the bottom, exactly. And so he was, in my mind, he was kind of trying to almost like turn me into like a sort of like, not to get into sort of red pill talking points, but like almost like a beta, where he was like giving me tons of sugar, because that's basically all boba tea is. It's just sugar, like balls at the bottom. And after thinking about it, I realized that he was trying to indoctrinate me into like the sort of like pro idea of homophobia as like an ideology, instead of like trying to be like an actual friend and look out for me. And so I told him like, enough tea, like NFT, like NFT, like what is an NFT?
Real quick, can you guys stop trying to join the chat, because it's full and it keeps on popping up in this. So if you guys can remove, stop trying to join. It's kind of like blocking my view.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Talk to me.
That's really good.
I just wanted to say thank you for a lot of the work that you do actually on here, because I used to be a Destiny fan, but I learned that it was actually kind of silly because that's actually a girl's name. So I don't know, it seemed really feminine of him to like do that type of stuff online. Okay. And I really think that a lot of the indoctrination that he does online is just really pathetic. I think it's really ridiculous. And he actually also doesn't know what an NFT is. So I was wondering if you could explain it to me.
These guys are awesome. I like these guys.
Talk to me.
Oh, hey, Marquette. All right, so I got the command prompt open. What command do I have to put into NFT? Because
so for example, if you want to generate Solana, do you know how to generate Solana?
Solana? No. What command do I?
Oh, silly buddy. Oh, how's it going? We got a black one. This is good.
A black one?
Yeah.
What?
Like what? I don't know. I mean, did you see the Justin Lee Peterson interview? You had to be asked a lot if he liked black people. So I'm sorry. I'm really starting to doubt if he does. No, seriously. I've been watching him for a very long time, and I followed a lot of things from his life, and now I'm actually really starting to doubt everything. So I don't know. But you mentioned Solana, right? That you can generate.
Yeah, generate Solana wallet. Do you know how to do that? Oh, damn, he actually dropped out.
Oh shit! Is that?
Hello? Sorry, am I on?
Is that Shine?
Yeah, you're on. Yeah.
Oh, awesome! Hey, sorry, I have like no time for all these people who are like just trolling you and shit. I wanted to ask you because I actually I went to Berkeley.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just to be clear, you're talking about like UC Berkeley, not like Berkeley College of Music, right? Because that's.
Unfortunately, I don't have any musical talent.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I mean, music school, like really. I think like one thing I was kind of interested in because I did economics. I'm not sure what your education is. I don't really know that much about you, so I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
What did you study? I'm just curious.
I thought you had. Your question is, what did I study?
He got a master of arts in like secondary education, by the way.
I mean, Berkeley's a really good school, so I
study political science, which is honestly at Berkeley is the Berkeley School of Marx. It's not a degree that's of great use.
Berkeley School of Marx.
If I were to do it over again with guidance, I probably wouldn't study political science. I didn't find that it was very useful.
Did you ever do any like minors or anything like that?
No minors.
Minors?
No minors.
What about mining?
So for me, I actually had to drop my minor in like computer science. I had a lot of friends who were in blockchain at Berkeley, and
wait,
you got a quicker one?
Hello?
Yeah, you got a quicker question?
Oh, okay, yeah. So you were talking about like homophobia, right? Before?
Yeah.
What is this camera angle?
Okay, so you were talking about how it's part of like
It's the
liberal
point of
agenda,
view
right?
camera angle. Guys been watching too much porn.
Hello?
Yeah. This is
Yeah, like it's part of the liberal agenda, right?
Yeah.
I think actually, like even the way it's spelled, like there's the letter M, and then after the letter M, the letter N. So do you know what an NFT is?
This is good. You know what I like about this? It's a clear indication that the kind of folks that follow him.
Alrighty. That's funny shit. I'm done. It's been about 3 hours. I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to do some editing. Let me get some YouTube videos out to boost my bottom. Boost my bottom. I got to put in some work because if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it tonight. So, all right, everybody. Peace. Hopefully, algorithm be with you. I get some clips. I got to get some shorts. Got to build up a following. Need a cult. Not just a cult of a lamb. I need a cult on here. All right, guys. Peace. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and check out other cool content on the channel. Thank you.